any questions that you guys may have about debt and credit. As you know, I've been in the debt collection industry for over 15 years. I've done it all. I started as legal verifier. I skip traced accounts. I was a collector, as well as I own two debt collection companies. And so, I've done that. Credit repair is what I've been doing now for the last 2 years, where I've actually officially had an actual business. But nevertheless, that is where it's at. So I've been getting questions a lot through the comment section. And I think I do a pretty good job at answering those questions, but I know as this channel grows, I'm probably going to start going live probably about at least once a week. I'm going to start going live once a week just to answer questions with regards to any questions you guys have concerning debt and credit. So let me know. As you guys know, I did recently get that Capital One Savory card. I'm trying to find my wallet, my actual wallet, or my phone. Oh, I'm on my phone. Which get with the card. But so yeah. So I did end up keeping the quick silver card. I got a couple comments with regards to that. So I did keep it. It's $3,000. Why not? I have the big card coming. I'll be doing a video on that coming soon. But hey, feel free to ask any questions that you guys may have. I should have probably put out something letting everybody know I'm going to go live. But nevertheless, that is what it is. So you have any questions? I need a haircut. Nevertheless, let me know. You guys got any questions? You guys got anything with regards to credit or debt? Any questions with regards to anything that you're dealing with now? Just put it down in the comment section and I will do it. We got this stupid bug in here that's been bothering me all day. But nevertheless, yeah. So I guess I'll wait for about 5 more minutes. If someone does come on, ask a question, feel free to ask a question. And we will go from there. Ha! Bug, I actually got it. This bug has been bothering me for some time now. I actually got it, finally. But nevertheless, any questions or anything that anybody may have regarding credit or debt, I will take the time now. I'll stay on here for about 10 minutes with regards to that. And maybe I'll go into a topic or go into some of the questions that I have been asked. Matter of fact, I'm going to go on my desktop and look at some of the recent questions that I've had that people have asked with regards to debt and credit. So let me check here. Okay. Need to do business. Ask this question. I have a debt that has gone into collections. It says, I have a debt that has gone into collections. Should I settle, pay for delete, or should I pay in full? How do I handle the original creditor after I take care of the third-party collections? Now, let's say my financial situation is not good right now, but I foresee it vastly improving in 4 to 6 months, right? In which I could pay in full later. Should I settle now or wait? No, the account has been in collections for over a year now, and I simply haven't responded to the calls, the mails. Any advice would be great. Well, ultimately, one of the things that I would say that was a mistake is when that first demand letter was sent in the mail to you. And anybody who gets a collection account and they decide not to pay it and it goes to collections, When they send a demand letter in the mail to you, do not get it and throw it away. Always, always, always open the mail. And when you open the mail, it basically gives you 30 days to dispute the validity of the debt. So in that time frame, for those of you who want to pay your debt, you can pay it then. And a lot of times, if you pay it within that 30 days before it's actually placed on your credit, you do not have to worry about the account being placed on your credit, right? So you get that little window time. The only way you'll know is by opening up that card. Number two, with regards to this. So personally, if the account's already in collections, I don't recommend anyone pay. Now, I'm not a person who say never pay debt collections, and I don't say that because I've been in the debt collection industry for a very long time. No, I don't say that because of that reason. But what I will say is this. When it's in collections, by factually disputing, figure out the inaccuracy on that account. If it's already on your credit report, why pay it? Figure out a way to get out of it. You can either hire a professional, which obviously in every video that I have in the description, you can sign up for a free 20-minute consultation. I can see how I can help you out. Or you can try and do it on your own. Now, do not dispute that you get by actually online. That's what I meant to say. So don't dispute the account online, because once you dispute it online, you lose a lot of rights. So typically when you dispute an account online, depending on what happens, they'll come back as verified. And once it does come back verified, what ends up happening is what? You lose your right to dispute any further. So don't dispute it online. Always write out your letters and send them to the credit bureaus directly. But it depends on your situation when it comes to an account, right? Now, if you had a collection account and you're trying to buy a home, or you're trying to get finance for something currently right now, disputing the account, you're going to have to wait 30 to maybe even 6 months. So if you're trying to get something right now, then yeah, maybe paying it will be a great option for you. And understand, settling versus paying in full, to me, across the board with the clients that I've had and the things that I had, get a deal, right? If you have $1,000 balance and you can pay $1,000, great. But if you can get $500 off of it, why not? Yes, it does update as a settled account, but it's still taken care of and is satisfied. So it's not really looked at much different than a person who paid the balance in full. So for need to do business, you just actually put this up, and I did respond, and I was sort of kind of vague in the response because it's sort of kind of harder to do so with regards to that. But understand something. If you have an account and you have to, you're looking at paying it, or you're saying whether you want to pay it or not, if you don't plan on applying for nothing right now, I say dispute the account. And don't do it online. Once again, make sure you actually dispute the account by letter, right? Now, the key thing with disputing accounts and so forth is the verbiage in the letter. We do a thing called factual disputing. If you would like some help with that, you can always email me at jmcneil@barrettrecovery.com, and I can tell you what I can do as far as helping you out in that aspect. But paying an account off, now if you pay the original creditor versus paying a debt collection company, obviously the account was probably sold. You need to figure out one thing with need to do business. You need to figure out with that account if that debt collection company that has it on a contingent basis, or if they actually own it outright. Now, contingent basically means that they're collecting for the company. They don't own the debt. If they own it outright, that means that they actually purchased that debt and they actually own the debt. The reason why I say to find out those two things, it weighs big when it comes to settling that account, right? It weighs big on that. And the reason why is because if it's a contingent account, typically the agency is collecting it at a fee for the original creditor. And chances are it's probably a 70-30 split. And when I say that, what I mean is 70% of that debt goes to the original creditor, 20 or 30% of that debt goes to the debt collection company. And if it's a brand new account, which is what it sounds like with you, you said it's been about a year, chances are if it is a contingent account, it may even be an 80-20 split, or maybe even a 90-10 split, depending on what they negotiated with. And so in that case, your chance of settling the account for a large amount, 50% and so forth, it becomes a little more slim. If they bought the account, then the reality is, like everybody says, yes, debt collection companies, they bought it pennies on the dollar. There's a possibility that that account, it was purchased, and so then they have a lot more flexibility with regards to settling. Now, when you do pay that debt collection company, typically if you did pay them, you don't have to worry about the original creditor anymore. Whether it was on a contingent basis or that debt collection company owns the account outright, the reality is that account is theirs. They actually have it, and it's theirs to keep. So there's not really much you can do in that aspect as well. So if you do pay that collection company, understand something. You paid them, it should be taken care of. Now, anything that you arrange to do, whether you pay it in full or you settle, make sure you get it in writing, and then make sure you get what is called a paid in full letter or a settlement letter showing that the account has been taken care of, so that later you don't find out that they sold it to another company, because accounts are purchased and sold in bulk. So on accident, it could be sold to another collection company. And as long as you have the proof that it was actually paid, you don't have to go through the whole thing over and over and over and over again. So to answer need to do business, it all depends on your situation, right? If you're not trying to apply for nothing now, you're not, going to buy a home, you're not going to apply for any credit cards or anything around those situations. You said in 4 to 6 months, you're going to be making more money. Why not wait till that time span? Once that time span comes up, still settle the account. I wouldn't recommend you pay the balance in full, or hire somebody or try and dispute the account on your own. I wouldn't take up a client if they only have one account, but I could coach you on what to do and give you a template with regards to that account so that it can save yourself some money. And you could possibly get out of the account without paying completely, depending on the balance and so forth. So that is my answer to that. And that's why it was harder for me to answer it in the comment section. And that's why I answered the way that I did. So if you have a question with regards to credit or debt, let me know. And I think I have like one person on here right now. I know my kids are sort of kind of yelling in the background, but nevertheless, if you got a question about credit or debt, put it in the comment section. I'll definitely answer it for you. Otherwise, I'll hop up out of there. So, yeah, if you have a question, let me know. So, yeah. And that's what it is. So I'm gonna answer one more question that I have in the comment section, unless someone live. I know there's only one person in here. If you have a question about credit or debt, put it in there. I'll answer it for you. Otherwise, I'll go to another comment that I've had on one of my YouTube videos. So let me check. 6 hours ago. Alex in the Hemi, he said, just got approved for my first credit card today, bro. I want to build my credit, new subscribers. So thank you for subscribing, Alex. Got a new credit card. It's awesome. I think I asked you what kind of credit card it was that you were approved for, but nevertheless, awesome. Just make sure you use that credit card like a debit card. Only spend what you have in the bank to avoid anything with regards to that. Let me see some other questions. I'll answer one more. Did you have a question? You do now. Hey, I know it's only one person in here, but if you got a question, you definitely got a chance to get an answer, unless you're just wanting to listen to see what's going on. Let me see what this is. Let me look for another question that was asked sooner than later. Oh, on my Capital One credit card comment, Cesar Lorenzo Gonzalez. I asked in that video, so obviously you watched the video. Thank you for watching it. If I should keep this Quicksilver credit card, Capital One credit card. He said, yeah. And you know what? He said something that I didn't really think about. And one of the things that Caesar said was, he said, man, you know, you messed up a long time ago with him on 3 grand, which I did with Capital One, and I didn't pay him. And he goes, so that's 3 grand, man. You might as well keep it. It's not too many times that when you'll mess up, another company will give you another shot. So understand something, Caesar. The reality is I am grateful that Capital One, very long time ago, was the first credit card that I ever got. And I did default on them. 3 grand, I didn't pay it. I actually disputed the account and got it off of my credit profile. Probably, it was in collections for probably about 4 years or whatnot. I didn't even really get too many calls with regards to that account, but that's what happened. So it's showing that there's 2 people in here. If you guys have a question about credit or debt, I'll answer it now. I'm not sure. This is my first time going live, so I'm sort of kind of new at this. I'm not sure exactly how, you know, I guess if somebody puts a comment in the comment section or in the video, then I'll see it. So if you have a question about credit or debt, put it down there and I'll definitely answer it. Okay, bro, since you've been a collector, bro, can I remove stuff in collections even though the debt is true but can't be removed from it? Wait, what did I say? Or why I can't see the question anymore? Oh, man. So the question came up, and then I didn't quite get it all the way through. So send it again. Send that question again, if you can. I gotta learn. I should have probably did my homework on how to do the lives, because I've never gone live. So what was that question again? See, because when I click the thing, top chat, live chats, all messages are visible. Oh, there we go. Alrighty. No, I got it now. It says, bro, since you've been a collector, bro, can I remove stuff in collections? Why does it keep disappearing? Collections, even though it is true, but can I remove it from my credit report? Alex with the Hemi, I think you did make a comment before. Yes. So this is the reality of collection accounts. Once the account has been sent to collections and it's actually owed, even though you actually owe it, through a method that we use called factual disputing, if anything's inaccurate across the board, even though you actually owe the account, it by law, when the creditors are reporting stuff on your credit report, they have to actually put the information in correct. Like for instance, so when I say factual dispute, and I know a lot of people don't know what that means, I'll give you an example. If across the board, because obviously you have to pull your credit report where you get all 3 credit reports. I use a company called Smart Credit. There's a bunch of them out there. But if Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian reports an open date, and the open date was different on all 3 of those reports, that's an inaccuracy and you can get it removed. Obviously, there's a special letter that you need with regards to the verbiage and everything that you say. But even though you owe the account, I get people's removed. I get accounts removed off of people's credit report, even though they know that they owe it, by factually disputing. And if there's inaccuracies on your credit profile, that stuff can be removed. So yes, even though you know you owe it, it can be removed. The law is in your favor that way. So yes, that's that. I hope I answered your question. Alex with the Hemi, I remember you had asked a debt collector. I opened an account with Western Credit. Oh yeah, my limit's $250. Yup. So yeah, man, thanks for putting a comment in here. And then I noticed you've put comments before. So yeah, get them removed, man. No biggie. Whether you owe it or you don't owe it. A lot of times people think credit repair is all about, you know, repairing your credit, and that's what it is. Where's the letter, bro? I got 4 collections. Only that's it. Okay. So with 4 collections, I do recommend credit repair. But if you want me to teach you how to do that or whatnot, in one of the videos of my description, it has my email. It's J McNeil. My last name is the letter J. If you got a pen and paper, you can write it down. Letter J. McNeil is McNeil, and then that's at BarrettRecovery.com. So it's B as in boy, A as in apple, RRE as in eat, T as in Tom, T as in Tom, and then recovery, RECOVERY.com. send me there, and then email me there, and then I'll let you know what we could do as far as helping you out with regards to that. 4 accounts, you can get that taken care of. Run to AutoZone. Yes, they will be okay. My mother-in-law is texting me about, I have 5-year-old twins, man. They're home from school. I'm surprised nobody can hear them. They're downstairs watching TV, but yeah, that's why I keep getting these things, motions at the front door and stuff. So, anybody else got any other questions about credit or debt? I'm going to answer them. I'm going to start doing this once a week to help you guys out with regards to stuff. And, you know, it's just small questions and so forth. And I understand, you know, you're not going to get the full effect of everything sometimes, because sometimes the questions don't actually go that route. Let me see. Live chat visible. Alex, 4 questions. Yep. So Alex, yep. Hopefully you can get that done, but email me and I'll get to you with regards to that. I'll tell you what I can do to help you out. The 4 accounts, man, you probably need credit repair. And you open the new account. See, you're the person that I think I told to email me before, I think in the comment, because there's a way faster way to get approved for way higher limits. I'm not a big advocate on the secure credit cards, right? And I understand sometimes you're going to have to go that route to build it, but a lot of times with secure credit cards, it's going to take you about 1 year to 2 years before you actually graduate and get an unsecured credit card. What I would teach you to do is basically to piggyback off of someone else as an authorized user. But you got to do that. Either if you find a friend or family, someone can add you, understand, let them know, like, it's not like you want the credit card to spend up the card. You could do that. Credit card was in the best day to pay off. Yeah. So, and it's cool. I mean, sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes you can't find an authorized user account to actually, you know, a friend or a family member who will let you piggyback off their credit. And obviously they have to have a low utilization on their credit card. And you want them to have at least 3 years of history. Now, I always tell people, I have a credit card that's 35 grand. It's an American Express credit card. The cool thing about this one, it's not like your typical American Express credit card, because those ones you don't get the history. But this one is through my actual credit union, Navy Federal Credit Union. So you'll get the 6 years of credit history. It's 35 grand, and I keep a 0 utilization on that card. There is a fee. There are 3 or 4 people in here. If any of you guys want to get that authorized user, email me. I'll give you a deal on that. But I'm not going to just set it up. I'm going to actually look at your credit profile and tell you when's the best way, because it's a strategy. So if you add as an authorized user with this $35,000 credit card, and first you got to make sure you don't have any charge-offs or any collection accounts, right? No late payments, none of that type of stuff. You add the authorized user, I'll put it on there for 6 months. I won't start the time until obviously it's reported on your credit report. And then at that point in time, then I'll tell you go to apply for a credit card. And it'll take you maybe 60 days at max before it's actually showing that trade line that I'll give you as an authorized user, or someone else's account that you put as an authorized user on your account. And boom, right at that point in time, as long as the credit profile is set up, and I would definitely look at your credit report to tell you that first, right at that point in time, then you go apply for a credit card, and you're going to get approved for 3 grand to higher, depending on what your credit profile looks like. And that's the best way to go. But if you can't afford to pay for an authorized user, then that's what it is. Can you put your email on some paper so I can screenshot it? Yeah, no problem. Wait, if I write it, is it backwards? Let me see. Yeah, it would be backwards. Let me do this. Let me see if I could actually... Can I type on it live? No, I can't. But what I'm going to do is, Alex, I don't know if I even responded to you. Let me see. Yeah, because if I put it on a piece of paper, it's backwards. So you're not going to be able to see it. So... what I'll do is after this video, I'll throw it up. Hey, I wish it was something I could do. Yeah, it's not really much I could do now for it. So sorry about that, Alex, but it's jmcneil@barrettrecovery.com. Yeah, you got it. Yep. So did you get it? Yeah, you just responded to my comment. Yep. So yeah, it's on there. Yep. So I respond to the comments. I get the stuff. Does anybody got any other questions? Or maybe I can go to one more that I have on the comment that I have on an older one. Let me see. 3 days ago. This is a good one. My FICO score is 60 points higher than my Vantage score. How do I build my Vantage score? Now, one of the things you have to understand, in my opinion, when you look at FICO score versus Vantage score, FICO score has been around since 1950 something, right? Vantage score is relatively new. Do not sleep on Vantage score, because as you're starting to learn, anybody who's applied for some type of credit card or you're with some type of credit union, they'll give you a copy of your credit report, right? And what is it? It's a Vantage score. I think Vantage score is here to stay. FICO scores had a monopoly on the credit reporting industry for a very long time. Obviously, their score and so forth. The reason why typically people's Vantage score, in this case, and in my case too, my Vantage score is always lower than my FICO score. But there's a reason why, and the reason why is the criteria, right? Let me pull up this thing. Actually, I think I have it here. I did a presentation not too long ago at a network marketing group, and let me see here. You guys aren't gonna be able to see it, but actually the first page. So, how's my credit determined? I know it's backwards, but for FICO score, just giving you this. For your FICO score, 35% of your score is how they come up with that 3-digit number is payment history, right? They want to see that you have credit cards over the course of time and how your payment history is. Do you have any late payments? Anything along those lines? 30% is amount owed, right? So 35% of it is your payment history. That's why one late payment on any of your trade lines can drop your score 50 to 100 points, because it holds a lot of weight. The amount owed, that depends on the fluctuation and your utilization on each credit card. That's why I always preach zero utilization on your credit cards, right? But the amount owed, that represents 30%. The length of credit history is 15%. They want to see how long you've had it. New credit is 10%, and then credit mix is 10%, right? They want to see all of those things across the board. Now, with Vantage score, your payment history is 40%, right? I don't have Vantage score, but anybody can Google Vantage to actually see what it is. But with your Vantage score, they do these same criteria, these same 5 criteria, but they put a higher percentage on certain ones and lower percentage on other ones. So that's why you have different scores across the board. But don't sleep on Vantage. I'm telling you, as time progresses within the next 5 to 10 years, I think that it'll be a nice balance of creditors that actually pull from Vantage score. So it's important to understand both of those with regards to that. Any other questions? Any other questions you guys may have? It's been almost 30 minutes, and it's crazy how fast time flies when you're on a live and you're talking versus when I'm recording a video. My videos are around 10 minutes, and it be seeming like sometimes it's hard to get to the 10-minute time span or I'm talking too much, but on a live call, it's a lot more. So I hope I answered you guys' question. Today's Tuesday. I'm probably going to start going live, and I'll let you guys know beforehand once a week. I'll go live and I'll answer any questions you guys have about credit or debt. Thank you guys for everyone who actually jumped onto this live. And then obviously I'll upload the video so that other people can see what was asked with regards to that. So thank you for the thumbs up and so forth. I want to help you guys out. If your credit score, those of you who are watching, is in the 4s, the 5s, or 6s, chances are you need credit repair. In this video, I'll put in the description as well. Sign up for a 20-minute free consultation with me. And everybody who signs up with me are not great fits. And that's okay. You know, you may think you need credit repair, and I may see it. And that's it. Thanks, man. Thanks, Alex. So You may see that stuff and you may think, oh yeah, I'm afraid, I don't want to call, whatever the circumstance is. Sign up for a 20-minute consultation. Sometimes I'm just answering questions and giving people to help them get to that next level. But if you do need the credit repair, it is. With inflation right now, you must understand something. With inflation and everything that's going on, the best advice I could give anybody is to invest in yourself, right? And one of the best ways to get started with that is with credit repair. Trust me, credit repair, my tag for our company, Clear and Strategic Credit Restoration Services, credit repair is not just another bill. It's a down payment on your future. And like I tell you guys, I am a living example of that. And I'm picking up my phone because that's, I'm old school. I have the my wallet with my phone. Otherwise, I'll lose one. But I say that to tell you this. These are credit cards, man. This is how I live my life. I don't have debit cards. I don't care about a debit card. Trust me, debit cards, they're cool when you got to go to the bank and deposit some money or whatever the circumstance is. Outside of that, don't use debit cards. Debit cards are a big no-no. Why? Because you don't get nothing from it. When you use a debit card, you don't get anything for it. You use credit cards, you use them like debit cards. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 credit cards, and I got one on the way. And I have over $250,000 worth of credit combined. And that's on the business side and the personal side. And I was able to do this in less than 2 years, right? And so as time keeps progressing, that's what it is. This is the future. If you notice, America is built on debt. It's just unfortunate because you have bad debt and you have good debt. And the reality is you have to understand that, right? The difference between an asset and a liability. And in short term, stacking it on the credit. So in short term, one of the things I always tell people, Robert Kiyosaki, he's the person that actually helped change my mentality. If you want to know the difference between an asset and a liability, very simple. Assets put money into your pocket. Liabilities take money out of your pocket. There's nothing wrong with liabilities, right? We all want liabilities. But what the rich do is they buy assets first, which put money into your pocket. And then that money that you get from an asset that's constantly coming in, then you buy the liabilities. I've been a bad example of that over the course of my life, and I'm finally learning that. I'm building with credit first and then leveraging this credit. It helped me to start this credit repair business. It was these 2 credit cards that I got. American Express, I got the Cash and the Plus. And I leveraged my personal credit in order to get these 2 credit cards, right? And what I mean by that is I fixed my personal credit up. I had it at about a 740. When I started this actual credit repair business, I had $0 in the bank outside of the $50 to open the bank account, right? And because of my good credit, I was able to get 2 of these. $10,000 credit limit, so that's 20 grand, 0 interest for the first year, which is basically a $20,000 loan with no interest. It helped me scale the business and grow the business. And I paid for some advertisement. I'm gonna start picking up stuff for credit repair agencies and so forth with regards to advertising and so forth, the experiences I had. How old were you when you started building your credit, and how did it change your life? So I didn't start building my credit. I'm 40 years old now. I know I don't look it. I'm 40. I didn't start because I was in the debt collection industry and everything. I always thought cash was king. But I didn't start really building my credit or getting serious about my credit until I was about 35. And when I say at 35, that's 5 years. But the reality is for the first like 2 or 3 years of that, I was just looking on YouTube like you guys and looking at information with regards to really how to build credit. And over the past 2 years is when it's taken me. It's only taken me 2 years. These credit cards, outside of one of them, which is this old one, the beat up one that I have, the Navy Federal Rewards one, this one, you see how beat it up is? And this is the one that I add people as authorized user. I have 35,000 limit on it. But in 2 years, man, I was able to do all of this stuff. I would say I'm an expert in it. And anybody can. With what I know now, I can help. If you got the right credit profile, you can build your credit up and be where I'm at in less than 1.5 to 2 years. Because if you guys have credit cards now, every 6 months, as long as you're doing right by that credit card and you're not having any late payments or anything along those lines, and the card's not maxed out, keep the utilization down low. I say 0, but at least 30% is the industry standard, but I say like 10%. Every 30 days, ask for credit limit increase. It's not gonna hurt you. Yep. Hey, not only that, house that I have now, we just bought, we've been in this house since June. Now, another thing I'll tell you, I leverage, what did I do? I have my mother and father-in-law. My father-in-law retired. Both of them were retired. My father-in-law was in the military at one point. He was in the military and didn't even have a credit union account. When I looked at his credit, he was like in the 6s. I told him, pay off all these credit cards that you have and you'll be in the 7s. I made a plan for him to do that. And the reason why I'm telling you is this is how we end up getting this house. So one of the things you have to learn with a business is when you first start out, a lot of times you want to write off everything, which is cool. You know, you don't have any taxes. I didn't pay any taxes or whatnot. But the reality is when you want to buy a home, they want to see money. So a lot of times you're going to have to bite the bullet. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to do that at the time. Beforehand. So, I have all the credit in the world, but when it came time to produce my income, they hate entrepreneurs. They want to see a person with a 9-to-5. It's just a lot easier, the paperwork and so forth. So what I did is I cleaned up my father-in-law's credit. Then I told him to get a bank account with Navy Federal Credit Union. He got the bank account. Told him to refinance his car. So his payment dropped like $300. He was paying a large amount because his credit was bad, but he could afford to do it. Refinance the car. Then I said, hey, Pops, we need a house. That VA loan is the way to go. 100% financing. All you had to do is pay the closing costs. I told him I'll take care of the closing costs. We got a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home. I'm in California, but I'm a little up north. I'm originally from San Diego, but I'm in Menifee, which is about an hour away from there. It's a little more inland. About a 3,000 square foot home. And, we all moved in together, and that's the power of building together. One of the things I used to always say is, living in San Diego, I had a lot of, it's a melting pot. I had Mexican friends and Asian friends. But when we were kids, my Asian friends, I remember a good friend of mine's, they would all pal and lived in this house. And I remember he was like in the kitchen with bed bunks and so forth. And, as kids, we're clowning like, dude, I can't believe you living in a thing. That's crazy. Today, that same friend, we're still friends till this day. They own all kinds of stuff. It's called group economics, right? But within the family household. And so they all stayed in that household. That was the first house. They all put money in a pot, is what I learned later. They all put money in a pot, and then they were able to buy someone else something. And then the next thing, and then the next thing, and then next thing you know, they all got their own properties and they all got their own businesses. Airbnbs, yes, but it's a little different with regards to a lot of stuff. At one point, I did want to get into Airbnbs, and because I have the cash, I'm trying to figure out what to leverage. I thought about FBA, Amazon, Prime stuff. I paid for a course for that a couple years ago, but I never did it. All of it takes a lot of money, but with Airbnb, you just got to make sure you're in an area where they're gonna need people are gonna need to rent from, or obviously get the rent out those rooms or whatever it's called. It's not renting them out, but like giving them out like hotels. Yeah, I thought about it, and as time progressed, I'm gonna definitely get into it. The key is to build my credit repair business and get it to where I got 300 to 400 clients. I'm a little away from that. I'm probably at like 30 clients now. And then, once the money starts coming in and the cash flow starts coming in, then I'm invested in everything. But building the business credit, I'm about to apply for another business credit card, which I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get a large amount on that. And then I'm gonna use that to leverage to, build and scale this business now. So my thought process when it comes to business and so forth, I'm like an eagle. I want to focus in on one thing, and then as the income starts coming in, then I start thinking of other stuff. Otherwise, man, I'll get lost in the sauce like a lot of people. How many of you guys are going on YouTube and you're looking at videos and then you start hearing so much stuff, bro, it messes up. Yep, bro, I'm gonna spend some money with you. Yeah, definitely, man. Alex, let me know, man. I'm gonna definitely remember you. So when you do talk to me, just pick Alex with the Hemi. I won't forget that. So you got a Hemi. One of the first cars I bought was a Dodge Charger, and I had the Hemi in it. This was back when I was probably like 23, 24 when they first came out. So I had a 2008 Dodge Hemi, silver, and I bought it with the factory with 24-inch rims. Now I look back at it, was such a waste of money, but at that time it was crazy. But nevertheless, man, thank you guys for joining. I'm gonna start doing this once a week so I can answer questions and help you guys out, help you get to that next level. Yeah, and that's what it is. And then, you know, if you guys need the free letter, let you know that. Yep, that Hemi's crazy. It's just so crazy now because with social media, you know, if you feel like, I remember like the Hemi, that was the thing. And now you got the red eye and all that's crap. And it just feels like, you know, everybody has it. But don't get caught up in that shiny thing syndrome, man. Focus on, get that credit right? It's a process. Do the things that you have to do. You always see those memes, right? With like Bill Gates, and he's in a Kmart shirt and whatever, and then they show some rapper and he got chains and all this stuff flossing. The reality is, man, start at the groundwork. Get your mind right? Get your mind right first. Get the budget going. Get your 3 to 6 months worth of reserves. Understand how much money's coming in, how much money's going out. All that is foundational stuff. Then build the credit. Once you get rid of the negative credit, then build the credit. And then at that time span, you'll be cool, man. So yeah. Yep. Thanks, bro. Yep, that's what it's all about. Thank you guys for logging in. I'm about to jump off. And I'm going to start going live a lot more, man. Credit's the thing. You're right, man. The world is built on debt. And if the people who leverage the debt right are the ones who are winning. No one uses the cash. Cash is not what it is. So you guys be great. And I'll talk to you guys. I'll see you guys on the flip side.